Hi guys, it's me again. I didn't die. I'm still here. I got a new job about a month or two ago, and I've been kind of burned out from it. So when I'm done with work, the last thing I'm gonna do is like grind away on this. At least that's what I was thinking for a while, but I've been kind of playing a little bit in between, and I want to get back into it. So I just wanted to do an update video. I didn't solve the clue yet. I mean, I'm still, working on the quote unquote ultimate Alking script. So I have been experimenting, and that's all I've been doing is just trying to make a good Alking script. Anyway, I've been trying to make a good script for that, and I'll show you some of the free scripts that come with Script Factory, which is what I use. And if you're not familiar with Script Factory, basically you could just create any script you could think of, really. I'll show you. This is a free one that comes with it, and I didn't write this. The creator of the script wrote this. But basically, what it does is it checks for the item in your inventory, which you tell it what you want it to do. In this case, I just did U longbow for the sake of the video. So if your inventory does not contain a U longbow, or you cannot cast a high alchemy because you don't have the skill level, or you ran out of runes, then you log out. Otherwise, if your player is not animating, which means you're alking, if you're alking, you're animating, you'll go to your spell book, you'll click on high alch, it'll go back to your inventory, and wherever your U longbows are, it'll click it. Assuming you have U longbows in your inventory, you could actually use the ability and you're not animating. And it also has a sleep function. That's the one that comes with it for free. Now, I talked to someone named Zachary on the Script Factory Discord, and this guy's a wizard at Script Factory. This guy had like 100, 200 scripts. Like whatever you could think of, this guy had a script for it. And he was, telling me about all these different things. And this is one of the scripts he was telling me to do. Now, this is pretty similar. I think it's this one. It's pretty similar to what I just showed you. It goes to your, if you could cast it, if you're not animating, etc. It will cast high alch on the item. Now, it's very basic, and one of the things, I'll show you the next one. I think this is the one I made, high alch 3. So one of the features in the Script Factory is, for example, if you tell it to hover over a spell, I didn't verify this, but I'm pretty sure it'll just go to the same pixel every time you do it. If, for example, since we're alching, you say hover over high alch, right? It'd probably go over to the same pixel every time and click it. Now, if you were to say, oh, well, I'll just introduce some randomness. I'll say, move the mouse randomly on the screen and then hover over it. Well, it's still going to click on the same spot regardless. So what I was introducing in this one, I don't think it was this one, it was the next one. Let's see. What I was introducing in this next one was it would hover over a high alch, but it would slightly move the mouse. I don't know if you see right here. It'll slightly move the mouse 7 pixels from any direction of the center of where it would click high alch. So for example, if this is the center, I don't know if it is, but if this is the center, it would just, 7 random pixels this way, 7 random this way, etc. And it would do the same thing for the rune javelin heads. In this case, is what I'm alching. It would do the same thing. So like if the rune javelin heads were here, it would move slightly and then click. The logic I had behind this was I thought Jagex could not possibly track every single player's mouse movement. I mean, that'd be a ton of coordinates. But reasonably, they could track your clicking coordinates, and I was able to do that with AHK Auto Hockey. I was logging where it clicks every time, and it would log the XY coordinate of where you're clicking every time, and that was pretty basic. I would imagine Jagex to do that. And so my logic was that if I tell it to come here, but then move a little bit, they can't track that I went to the center every time, but they could track that I'm clicking random different spots each time, if you understand what I'm saying. And the same thing with in the inventory. I also, in this specific script, it sleeps. How does this work? Basically, after every time it alks, after you click the item in your inventory, root javelin heads, it will sleep for 3 to 4.5 seconds. So you could reduce that, but I just wanted to be kind of. I mean, no one's like sitting there for 12 hours a day alking perfectly, man. So I wanted it to be a little slower. And then what it would do is I set a timer, a timer. So let's see if timer's not running. So I have a timer called right click. So basically, you can set a variable. You can't see this on the screen, but you can set a variable where I have a timer that lasts for, I think, randomly between 40 minutes and 45 minutes, something like that. And so as soon as the script starts, the timer starts. And it could be any time in between 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is. When that timer runs out, the script will pause for 5 to 7 seconds, or about 5 to 7 seconds, you can see there, which will stop all the alking. And then it will right click someone around me. I thought that would be an interesting variable. And then it would start the timer again, and then just alk until the 30-40 minute timer runs out again, and it would just keep repeating that. I didn't want it to like spam right click people while I'm alking, because I've seen scripts where people are like, oh, I chatted with people while I was alking. It's like, how are you chatting with someone while you're perfectly alking, while you're right clicking people, while you're mowing the grass, while you're I don't know, people always like add all these crazy variables, so I didn't want it to be too crazy, but I wanted the random variable. I also wanted to add another variable in this where for example, the timer I have here, where when the timer runs out, it right click someone. I wanted to introduce a timer where when the timer runs out, it would just like change how much the mouse moves randomly. So like now it moves 7 pixels randomly. Well, maybe when the timer runs out, and move randomly between 5 or randomly between 9. Now, you can't go much higher than, I think, 8 or 10, because the spell box is actually not too big. The hitbox for the spell is not too big. So you can't be like, I want a random 50. I mean, it would just be like, click over here. So you can't do that. But that's something I wanted to do. This script actually got me banned. I'll be honest with you. I basically leveled this account splashing, and then I immediately started alking, and I think maybe that was kind of sketchy in the eyes of Jagex. I don't think Jagex employees are like looking at every account. I think there's a system that temporarily bans you for 2 days. So like, don't take it personally when you get banned. Someone's not sitting there banning you. You just trigger the system that bans you. So it's all about not triggering the ban system. So those are some things I wanted to do. Now, what I also wanted to do is try slowly, gradually getting into alking, because the 55 magic takes about half a day. So you're getting into it pretty quickly. So if you go from splashing all day, or splashing half a day, to just like alking 9 hours a day, 12 hours a day, just constantly, and training no other skills, Jagex, I guess, doesn't like that. So at the same time, I don't really want to waste my time fletching too much if I can, or like, some bank standing skill. I don't know what else I could do. And crafting maybe, just like bank standing skills, herb lore. I really wanted to focus on magic if I could, without tripping the system, excuse me. So I might have to gradually like do 3 hours of alchemy a day, 4 hours the next day, etc. I really wanted to maximize my membership time if I could, because I use, by the way, insert sponsorship. No, I don't get sponsored, but I get $2 memberships from a guy named Get Taxed, which I'll include in the description below. But those memberships are only $2, but they only last 16 days, and you're spending, well, you're not spending that much time. Like believe it or not, game time, play time. I spend like 3 days making a Barrows Ready account without magic. So maybe it's like 4 days, 5 days of actual playtime, not real life time, playtime. So you can spread that out as much as you want, but the timer's still ticking as soon as you put the membership on it. So realistically, by the time you get everything up and you're ready to go to Barrows, you only got maybe 10 days, 11 days to run it before you run out and you have to rebond it. So, and as soon as I get 2-day banned, I consider the account dead. So in this case, this account is dead because it was 2-day banned during my experimentations. So I'm kind of rambling, but I just want to give you an update on what I'm doing. I'm still going to keep making accounts. I've been making the accounts in batches, like just a couple at a time because I get banned, so I make a couple at a time. I splash them up to 55, takes about half day. I do that while I'm at work, so it's going in the background. It's not a big deal. And even if I do get 2-day banned, I still kind of about break even. I haven't done the math, but it costs like 300,000 gold for the mine runes, air runes, or fire runes to get 55, because you don't get your money back from splashing, right? And then by the time, if I were to get banned, I kind of make it back with Alking, and then you make it about back, and then it's 2-day ban, so you can get the money back on your account. Just trade it off, of course. You don't lose the money. So you kind of break even. You're only really losing like $2 for the membership. So I don't really mind doing that too much. So I'll just keep experimenting. I will make more videos, and I hope my progress helps you. If you're curious about these scripts, what I'm doing, you could copy this verbatim if you want. Like I said, it got me banned, but that might be because of my playtime and not because of the script itself. But you know what? If you want to try it, you could do it. Just if you don't know how to use this, let me know. I'll let you know. I'll share with you the text file. That's where I'm at. I'm still rambling. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I will be making more videos soon. So if you like what you're watching, please subscribe, and see you soon.